Hey, what's going on with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls? This is the one, the only Mr. Criticism Guy 2009, aka Nintendo Free 2011. Before I do begin real quick, I did like maybe 2-3 days a little bit of research and background on this dude. Even though I actually used to live upstate New York way back when, before I came out to Vegas and shit, so I knew a little bit about Toronto here and there. So, in a way but at that time, I was still a kid. I had no idea about politics and how all that fucking corruption and bullshit was. Even I would know about alternative media news and shit now. It's way before I knew about that, because the only two things I knew about way back then was fucking bullshit Illuminati and Freemasonry. But that's not what this is about. So, I'm going to read this article real quick from Huffington Post, and I'm going to start this thing, my overall thoughts, views, and opinions. So, Mayor Rob Ford of Toronto, who smoked crack, wanted to be Prime Minister one day. And this was actually posted not too long ago. It was just yesterday, as I speak right now. So I'm not gonna play that thing out or nothing. Sorry if my voice is a little worn out, because I actually did 2 other videos, and there's other things on there too. Despite having admitted smoking crack cocaine and bullied illegal drugs, Toronto's flamboyant Mayor Rob Ford wants to be Prime Minister one day. Ford made his ambitions known in an exclusive interview with Fox News Channel John Roberts on Sunday. "Most definitely I can," Ford said, running on the office, according to a transcript of the full interview published by Toronto Star. "We will all make mistakes and move on. All I can do is apologize, which I have done profusely, I don't know," Ford added. Toronto City Council stripped Ford of some of his powers last week after the mayor confessed confessed to what were previous allegations to his drug use. Several videos document Ford's erratic behavior have been circulating in previous weeks. The council is set to vote in specific meeting Monday on additional measures that that will make Ford little more than figurehead. According to the Canadian press, the motion would put the mayor's office and budget under the deputy mayor's control. Ford remains defiant, however, describing the members of the council as left-wing tax and spending socialists that do not like to be held accountable in the Fox interview. And that's a bunch of bullshit. I really don't care about fucking Fox. Little fake-ass mainstream media dipshits, that's all they are. "I can assure you that the council wants to continue what it's doing, stripping me of all my powers, taking away my staff. They can't stop me from showing up to council, debating every issue," he said, adding he expects within next year's Memorial Edition. And I guess that's pretty much it. So there's other different articles and stuff right there. Sorry, the internet's getting a little choppy there. So let's get to the main little thing right now. I have a lot of pictures on there too. So yeah, basically my overall thoughts, views, and opinions. Before I get to that, I'm just gonna tell you the main issues of what this guy's gonna do. Pretty much, I would probably have to say he's probably like the Canadian version of that dude from New Jersey who's supposed to be Governor Chris Christie or whatever. I mean, they say they're gonna do all this shit, but at the end of the day, they fucking don't. And I'm probably gonna get accused of being a racist here, but you know what? Fuck it, it is what it is. Cause I'm not a fucking racist. I'll just let you know that right now. I've had every different friend across the freaking board. Seriously, I had Latino, Mexicano friends. I had a couple Moreno black friends. I've had a few white friends here and there. I even had an Asian friend or 2 out there too. So I've seen almost every fucking color of the fucking rainbow, and I've seen different walks of life, Literally, I've almost seen it all after almost the 25 years I've been on this earth. Well, next year, January, will be 25 years. But, till then, it's 24. So, yeah, the issues I'm going to be having with this dude, basically, besides him being probably a bad example for Canada, because probably not every Canadian is going to be smoking weed and shit like that. And I was actually watching a couple things. Even though I don't really watch as much anymore because there's a lot of fake-ass mainstream bullshit, even though it's from Comedy Central and everything, on the Jon Stewart show or whatever. I know he's been around for a real long ass time, since I was a fucking kid, probably. This is way before YouTube and everything else was around. I know he was making fun of the dude. He's doing a lot of parodies over him. It's like how he's smoking crack cocaine. He's like, yeah, he did. And, at least the one thing I will give him credibility for is that he is telling the truth, that he did smoke crack cocaine, weed, and shit like that. And, a lot of people, especially here in America, couple Caucasian people, they really like to, get on black people's backs and, oh, only black people do, when obviously in reality, this shit isn't true. Even on the 70s, 80s, even in the 90s to a certain extent, Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to see a couple of the news and stuff like that. Except that California riot thing, I was real too young to remember. I think it was like 4 or something. I had no idea what was going on. So I was like 7, I think. And pretty much what sucks even more is, there's still double standards, unfortunately, in this country. And not just there, but also in Canada. Because I actually been to Canada a couple times here and there. In a way, I kind of stick out like a sore thumb when it comes out over there. Because there's zero almost population of Latino Americano over there. And if there is, like, the only 2 other ethnicities I do know, I know I'm going off topic a little bit. A couple of Asian Filipinos that live over there. I know especially in the other area, Vancouver and stuff, I know there's a little bit of a small Asian population out there, and a couple of Arabs and stuff too, they live out there too. Like Indians, like, not West Indies, I want to say that, but different kind of Indian, like Arabics and Indonesians and stuff. And even a couple Pakistanis and stuff, they're cool as shit, there's a couple of them here in the U.S., but sometimes it's a little bigger out there. But the main majority out there is mostly Caucasian, like French, Canadian, white, obviously. So yeah, and lucky for me, when I went out there to Canada, I didn't really have any issues. Nobody had no problem with me up there, thank God. Because if I would have been in the wrong place at the wrong time, I'd probably be dead right now. I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys, and I know a lot of you trolls would love to see me die. But you know what? That's not going to happen anytime soon. I guarantee you that shit. But other than that, let's get back on topic real quick. This dude, even though I'll give him a small amount of respect of him admitting that he's done crack cocaine and shit, but at the same time, you could tell this dude obviously doesn't really give a shit about anything else but his own fucking self, really. I mean, this dude's a way more bigger fat fucker than my ass is. I'm like a small little baby fucking hippo compared to that dude, seriously. I'll be the first to admit that. This dude's like, what, 40, 56 years old though? So he's a lot more older than me. He's old enough to be almost my dad. It's crazy as fuck as that is. Another real crazy fucking thing about this is that this guy right here, he's got his nice little Mercedes Benz. I remember he made this other statement comment about him after he was smoking crack cocaine and weed. This dude has a lot of fucking issues, seriously. He tried to bombard one of the Asian dude or whatever that was in the council member of Toronto. And he tried to push him out the way. He was trying to physically assault him or whatever. He's like, oh, you're gonna get out of my way. And this guy's got a big fucking mouth, in a way. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then another thing about him is that there's these 2 other scenes I was watching on that little Daily Show thing, whatever, and they're doing this montage about him, saying that excuse me, throat's running dry now, so I'm probably gonna cut this in a few minutes. So other than that, what happens after that? He runs into this camera. He didn't even see him. He's like, my yes. I know a lot of people, especially in the little council member thing or whatever, the little mayor shit. They were probably laughing their asses off when that shit happened. And in the back of their minds, they're even physically out loud. And then there was another part where he said he was accused of this girl named Alaria or Alana, I don't know. I think her name was Alana. And he was saying she was eating the girl's pussy out and fucking her and shit like that. And he said, oh, I got plenty of that to eat at home. It's like, is this dude a fucking pimp or something like that? I mean, he's making a lot of people out there in Toronto look like fucking losers and shit out there, seriously. And I've seen people in Toronto myself back in the days when I was still up there. They were chill as fuck, I ain't the only person out there that ever made it big out there, even though he's part of the Illuminati with that little dipshit Lil Wayne and shit like that. It's fucking Drake, that little rapper or whatever, and that's pretty much it. I think anyone else ever came out to Toronto, maybe they ended up being celebrities later on, but they were just normal people back in the day, I don't know. And maybe the other dude, Jim Carrey too, the actor. And let's see, my overall thoughts, views, and opinions on this, though, that I have to say, this guy, this dude needs serious fucking help. I mean, if he does, he's going to end up doing something very drastic. He's probably pretty much going to end up regretting what he's done over the past years of his life as mayor. Even though, I never lived over there, but I did visit a couple times back in the days over there, even though I was a kid and shit. But that's how it was, I guess. I guess that's how it still is, almost 12 years later. And yeah, this dude needs some psychiatric evaluation type of shit, maybe, I don't know. But if he ends up going to other big pharma companies, which I doubt he'd get in any of those drug-induced, controlled substances, if you want to call it that. Yeah, obviously. I doubt he's gonna get on any of those things, because obviously when you're mayor and shit, you're part of the fucking government, where you're doing that or the other one. State governor, state senator, or your fucking president, obviously, you're gonna end up being a puppet to those fuckers for almost as long as you're working in there. And if He tried not even one time talk about any of the globalist, New World Order, Illuminati shit, Freemasons, etc., 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 any of the global leaders, banksters, yada yada yada. You're gonna end up being assassinated pretty much. I mean, look what happened to that dude. I think it was his anniversary last week, not last week, yesterday or the day before. I'm trying to remember his name. I remember they made like a X-Man, not Days of Futures Past, but in the first X-Man they talked about him, John F. Kennedy. And look what happened to him. Maybe he tried to spread a little truth and boom, got fucking assassinated. Even though the government says, oh no, that guy, he acted up on his own or whatever. I forgot the dude's name that killed him, but I can pretty much assure you that dude probably got killed by some type of big-time government at that time. It was the 1950s and 60s. And this is way before me or my family was even alive. This is probably when my grandparents were still like in their 20s or 30s. They were still probably really young, bad done. And that's pretty much all I had to say. So before I keep rambling on, I'm going to shut the fuck up there. And that's pretty much it. So like I always say, it is what it is, ain't what it ain't. See you when I see you guys every day. Have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink and smoke weed at the same time. Don't do anything reckless. See you soon. See you around. Be easy. Stay safe. Talk to you next time. Take care. And yeah, goodbye. See you around. And be easy, everyone. Okay? I'm out of here. And talk to you soon. I'm out.